Welcome back, toy fans, to another Toymension video. Today we are going to be playing with a Arrowverse Diamond Select Batwoman statue. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to be yapping about how much I miss the CW. So anyways, let's get this thing open. So as we all know, if you were CW fans and stuff like that too, they did reference Batman a few times in Gotham. They brought in Gotham during the Elseworld stories and stuff like that too, but he was missing. But obviously we know it was legal problems and stuff like that. So they brought Kate Kane in Batwoman. And she's completely different from the comic books, but her costume looks pretty dead on. So anyways, let's get this guy open. I picked this up for about 40 bucks on the marketplace, believe it or not. But if you look this thing up on eBay, anywhere from 30 bucks brand new or used up to almost $80, give or take. So I was like, okay. I looked on Big Bad Toy Store. They don't have it on there anymore either. So I'm like, okay. But I like the Diamond Select stuff because it's what got me collecting into the whole, hobby area of the statues, where I started investing in a statue and stuff like that too. I don't keep statues anymore. I'm into action figures and stuff now. As you know, I've been trying to work on I separated the Rangers in the back a little bit to get more space for them so I can complete the teams. So I know I'm getting off track though, but this thing should just pop. Nope, there's tape. So as we know, Kate Kane became the wink wink Batman of the universe, which is kind of cool. Okay, I can deal with it. So she's not like the comic book counterpart she had in, the comic books. In the comic books, she actually used guns and stuff like that too. So her and Batman didn't really click, but she uses batarang stuff in the show, which is more, I guess, friendly and stuff and more closer to the lore of Batman and stuff like that too. So here we have her, looks like a little light. We got a little bat symbol here. Usually these things are hollow. I want this sound hollow, but I do like the little bat going on there. The bottom look of it right there. So I do like the red. It matches her outfit. So you got her curvy hair just flowing in the wind there. I like that. So I don't know if she's supposed to be like on top of an Empire State Building or something, like looking down or whatever. But this almost looks like a bobber from the water or something like that. Or maybe it is from, like a big building or something like that, tall building where she's on it. Because, a lot of these things light up on top of high buildings, like those, anything that's really tall and stuff. They do that so helicopters and airplanes and stuff like that too can see it, so they don't just crash into it and stuff like that too though. But her outfit looks pretty good. Like a red belt. So the red belt looks pretty good. Yeah, she has a doll looking black going on though, but actually it's a little shiny in the light, so that's kind of nice. She looks pretty good though. Like I said, anywhere from $30 to like $80, give or take. And I think I saw some brand new ones, like really pricey too and stuff. So this looks pretty good though. I do like the cake flowing. But like I said, these are really good because most of these kind of statues and stuff like that from Diamond Select, you can actually pick up for like 50 bucks, give or take. Like on, Big Bad Toy Store, some of these little mom and pop stores or whatever, give or take. But these are good, and if you can handle these, you can probably get the more like sideshows kind of stuff, the fancier statues, the expensive stuff. Like I said, you can get 50 bucks a piece, so you can get like 2, 4, like 10 of them compared to one big statue, and you can make your own little collage and stuff like that too. So she's about 9 inches tall. So, and if you drop her, you might not break. This might break. This is a little wobbly in here, but I had to show this off, guys, because I missed my CW. Like I said, I picked this up on the marketplace for around, it's like 40 bucks, I think, or whatever. At least that's what I gave the guy, 40 bucks. So I had to drive maybe like 15 minutes to go get it. So the Kate Kane ended up being the wink wink Bruce Wayne, but she took over because Bruce Wayne was missing in the CW. And because of the whole copyright stuff going on, the DCU was going on, stuff like that too. They don't like to share the same characters and stuff like that, even though they had multiple Supermen, which doesn't make sense to me. You had the CW Superman going on with his own shows. You had Black Adam bringing Henry Cavill's stuff back too. But now they're working on a DCU which is starting off with the new Superman movie coming out. It's just called Superman. So, and it makes me miss the CW so much because it started with Arrow. And I liked Arrow. It was a darker tone of Arrow, even though the comic book counterpart of him is more funny. I mean, less serious. So they try to turn Green Arrow in CW into more of a Batman type character, darker, grittier kind of thing. And I liked it. I loved the first couple seasons, you know, but later on he ends up becoming Spectre, you know, during the whole Crisis of Infinite Earths. And I love it because you had to watch almost every show to figure out what it was building up to and stuff like that too. But also the stories in each show had its own thing going on too. So like we had Flash came over and helped Green Arrow out or something like that. And he, what took you so long? He goes, and Green Arrow's like, let me get Zoom. He goes, yep. Zoom's actually one of my favorite characters, season 2 of The Flash. He is just despicable. Oh man, he's so cool. But they dumped him down towards the end of the series and at the finale of the whole seasons of all, you know, the whole show itself. They made him look like, they made all the speedsters look really bad and stuff like that too. So, but I like the darker take of the DC stuff like that too. The reason I like CW so much is because they kept going on. They went on almost 10 years, and the stories were so great. Even though after, what was it, the Crisis of Infinite Earths or whatever like that, yes, you got a lot of cameos and stuff like that. I'm trying to find a place where you can actually watch all 5 episodes so you can just watch it by itself, but I haven't had any luck with that yet. So if you guys know where I can watch it, let me know in the comments or whatever. And also let me know who is your favorite character in it. Mine's obviously Green Arrow, but I was also obsessed with the Flash stuff too, for the most part, because I like speedsters too. But at the very end of the Crisis of Infinite Earths, Supergirl and Flash showed up to take on Weather Witch, and they didn't even realize, what are you doing on my Earth? No, what are you doing on my Earth? Well, the whole time they were on the same Earth now, because they're all sitting like us doing an autograph. I don't know if he was the writer or the director or something like that, or creator or something, but the guy was like Marv or whatever, Marv or something like that. And I love that universe thing. Everybody has their own stories, but it goes to a bigger thing. And I'm hoping James Gunn's DCU does something like that too. The Snyderverse was trying to do something like that though, but when Black Adam doesn't even acknowledge Shazam, it just throws a pipe in a wrench, you know, and then the Flash goes off and you got a completely different Batman somewhere else, stuff like that. Like, the DCU is all over the place, but I would love to see the Zack Snyder stuff be continued. But the fact is, CW actually finished their stories for the most part. Even though Batwoman, pretty much was cut. I think Legends was pretty much cut too, but they let Superman finish, which was really good, by the way. You let Superman finish. You let the Flash finish. The Green Arrow, obviously, Spectre, he finished. Then you also had Superman, Flash, Supergirl. Supergirl even had a done. You're done, yeah. But a finale, like, just to wrap things up in a nice little bow and stuff like that too. So, but for the most part, they had stories that ended, and you had an idea of what was going to happen in the future if they wanted to continue on. So you weren't left hanging there like the Snyderverse stuff, because WB's, you know, WB. So, but I would love to see her join up in the Bat family and stuff like that too. And I hope she does use the guns and stuff. I want to see her and Batman have a clash. Like, you know, don't be doing that. I'm not saying she's going around killing people though, but she's all out and stuff like that too. But the CW version used batarangs. She's very serious. They did recast her after on the 3rd season, I believe, or something like that. So with a person named Ryan or something like that too. But she did all right, but she only had 1 season of it too. So, but I'm just yapping away though. But my top favorite person was Arrow in the Flash. I did like her and her costume and stuff like that too, but I didn't care for her stories and stuff like that too, but she did pretty good. So some of the Legends, they were kind of out there. I'm like, all right, Superman, you know, to me, Superman's overplayed and stuff like that too. But I know I'm just yapping away about the CW and stuff like that too, but like, I hope this DCEU or DCU actually does something like the CW does, but they have a better budget and stuff like that too. But here's the best part with TV though, is you have all the episodes, you grow and get connected with those people. So in the movies, you might not have that happen. So, but anyways, Kate Kane, this is Diamond Select, Batwoman from CW and stuff like that too. So even the box is pretty. So I do miss the Arrowverse. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave me a like and leave some comments. Until next time, kiddies. Until next time. Remember, you can never, ever go wrong with toys. Until next time.